Hello, Marines. In my first Let's Play series ever, today I bring you Metroid Dread. I've always been a fan of the Metroid series. I love Super Metroid to death. When I saw there would be a new 2D version of Metroid coming out, I had to take a peek. Let's start the game, shall we? The backstory of the game is that essentially the Metroids, which are powerful, life force stealing creatures, are presumed extinct. The Metroids were actually created by the Chozo, an ancient and mysterious, highly advanced alien civilization. They were created to deal with the X parasite, an organism that absorbs the DNA of its host, replicating its form and able to grow continuously stronger. Samus was actually infected by the X parasite. Fortunately, a vaccine produced from Metroid DNA managed to save her life. The X parasite is believed to be extinct, or so they thought. Video footage of an X parasite was found on planet ZDR, so 7 EMMI robots, or ME for short, were sent and tasked to investigate. Upon landing on the planet, all communications with them were lost. Now, Samus heads to planet ZDR to investigate.
We'll soon be entering ZDR's atmosphere.
The bounty for this mission does not seem appropriate. The risk clearly outweighs the reward. Treat our lost assets with care, lady.
Entering the atmosphere in T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That elevator leads to the depths of an underground facility. Signal quality is likely to be low. Remote communication remains usable. Try to connect to the facility's network when you reach the bottom. That way, get remain in contact. Any objections, lady?
And now we can see that her armor has downgraded, which is it's pretty typical. We've seen this before in many video games. The tease of what your armor will become, and oh, but you have to start with something much smaller than that. It's a classical tale of the hero's journey. And so, yeah, very early on, we can run, we can jump. There's a door we can't open. And here I am just like basically poking around trying to figure out all the controls. I really like how classical games had to do this. They didn't say press B to jump, press Y to shoot, or anything like that. Just you've got the 4 buttons in front of you, flick around until you find it. And L1 keeps you where you're standing, but allows you to aim in all 360 degrees. And L2 turns on missiles, a staple weapon in the Samus series. And it looks like both your gun and your missiles don't open the door, so we'll have to come back to that later. And here we learn how to slide and shoot walls for secrets. And that basically covers all the basics, if my aim were any good. So this looks like the map if we hit the plus key. It'll definitely grow as we explore. And we have this little Chozo guy here that tops off our missile supply in case we need some. I think it's kind of nice that your gun also doubles as a USB port. Just don't remember to shoot when you're plugging in.
So, you've accessed a network station. Well done, Samus. I have reviewed your vital signs and video log from the data you uploaded. I've run a full analysis, but I cannot account for why you lost consciousness. My readings indicate dramatic physical changes in you. Whatever caused these changes seems to have stripped you of most abilities. You might call it physical amnesia.
Adam's voice sounds a little bit annoying, so we're going to skip some exposition and gameplay tips and move on. Okay, and here I can't really go back up, and this door won't open, so we have to go to the right. Use melee counter by pressing X. Okay, that's new. That's kind of cool. An area of the map is blinking. There's hidden items. Alright. I do like, though, how they tease it a little further. They let you know something is there, but they're not just going to outright explicitly say exactly where. And here we have our first item upgrade. Hello. Clearly I have to fight an injured enemy first. And this, we have an interesting creature. It kind of reminds me of like the mother brain, because well, it's a giant brain, a single eyeball, and it gives us a nice boost to our gun that allows us to kill an enemy. The tricky part about this is you have to hold L, then press R2 to charge, then aim with the controller, and then press Y to fire. And there you have it. That's how we kill these things. And you have to remember to save off. Turns out if you die to a boss or an enemy, you restart at the beginning of the encounter. If you die from something stupid, like falling in lava, you restart from your last official save point. And as we pass through the digital doors, this is basically the dread part of the game. And I don't know where I'm supposed to go, so we just have to explore and hope we don't die. And I like how they just tease it right off the bat. That's like, he saw you. Guns don't work, missiles don't work, you gotta run. Alright, that was pretty tense. That was ominous. Looks like we're going to be fighting something with stealth later. And here we have another conversation with Adam.
Uploading data.
Both enemy you encountered were clearly trying to capture you. They may have been hacked. If so, it's reasonable to assume all enemy will be hostile. Enemy send out a pulse to detect vibrations in the air within a certain range. Essentially, they can hear you. Upon detecting vibrations, an enemy enters surveillance mode to track their source. Stay out of its line of sight when this happens. Otherwise, the danger to you increases dramatically. An enemy that has seen you will begin pursuit. Part of the pursuit protocol is to seal the enemy's own exits. You will be trapped inside. To survive, You must leave its range of pursuit, evade the enemy, and it will disengage. This will also unseal the exits. An enemy never leaves its assigned zone. Their control system must permit them to operate only within that range. I estimate a 99% probability of death if an enemy captures you. There may be a very small opportunity to escape, but exploiting this window will be virtually impossible. The enemy are immune to your current weapons. You lack the unique energy used to defeat the first enemy. Your only option now is to evade capture and find an exit. Your highest priority in an enemy zone should be simply to survive.
Oh, what a tease. Can't get the missile, and you can't go back either. So you have to go forward into another enemy zone. And here we go again. I think that right now, before going into an enemy zone, you basically have to kind of plan a general idea of where you want to go, because once the running starts, all planning is thrown out. Yeah, and at this point I said, screw that. Okay, let's try this again. I really like all the environmental puzzles in this game. The fact that I can move water in one place and it moves it in another, it's like just another element on how like puzzles can work. This game does its teasing right. It shows you so many power-ups locked behind things you don't understand, like tiny corridors you can't fix or purple squares you can't break. Now it teases the whole explorable map so you know that there are things right around the corner. You can even see what part of the map belongs to the enemy here. It still took me a little while to get the parry timing on this guy right. And right here are some missiles that they teased earlier that I wasn't able to get. And looking at the EMI map, the only way I can go is to the right. Ugh. Yeah, and once he's red, it's like you're spotted and you have to sprint and run, at least to get out of his visual range. and you have to solve a water puzzle while being chased down by an enemy. So it's got a nice mix of stress and puzzle solving. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, now with the water filled, I can go to that little passage we saw earlier. If the Emmy would get out of my way. Alright, that wasn't so bad. And here we have some doors we can't open. But right over here we have an item. Charge beam. The charge beam can open doors that you couldn't normally open before, but it also hits pretty hard. Without using a missile, it hits as hard as a missile and can kill certain enemies. And now we're back to the start of the game. Okay, now we find something new. 100 energy is very nice. If you look on the top left, it basically means we just doubled our hit points with that. The eyeball thing is going to be a little mini-boss we have to fight. If you remember before, the eyeball brain thing gives us the power to kill an enemy. So, to the average viewer, this may be interesting to watch, but trying not to die to an enemy is kind of stressful. I highly recommend it. This game is a blast. So, this is a pre-recording, and sometimes there are things that take me a while. This hidden floor you see right above us, it took me about 30 minutes to find that out. So, remember to shoot all the walls, everybody. And sucking up lava for power is kind of cool. The thermal fuel's flow has been redirected. This is how you open up those red armored doors. And this, again, is why you should shoot everything. I just discovered some missiles. Now that we've unlocked some doors, we have to not die again, and then find new passages that we've opened up. Well, that wasn't the right way. And if we follow these red thermal pipes, we discover the door that it opened. This is a fairly straightforward mini-boss. Dodge bullets, shoot the rings for health, and you shoot him in the eye with missiles and charge beams until he's dead. Alright. Let's go kill us that Emmy, shall we? And here we overheat the mask, wait for it to break off, and then finish him off with the Omega Blaster. And now I can freely move around the zone in peace. It's quite satisfying that once you've dealt with him, like a third of the entire map, you don't have to panic anymore. And we've achieved Spider Magnet. This allows us to climb up and down and around any of the walls that have that blue magnetic surface on them. And shortly after getting the Spider Magnet, we encounter this fun little door. It leads into an ominous room. You kind of have to, I mean, you can kill this thing with missiles and stuff, but it's a lot easier to just counter, which I'm trying to learn how to do again. And there we go. I basically think this guy's the first official boss in the game. He's got a few different attacks. He can swing his tail from above, and you can dodge that by either being close or far. He swings his tail towards your feet, you gotta jump over that, you can't be close. He spews a yellow vial, whatever that is. If you shoot that, that'll recharge your health and missiles. And we'll see what comes next. By the way, if it looks like I know what I'm doing, spoiler alert, my first attempt didn't go so well. So in the second phase, he now turns stealth. You can technically shoot him in the face, but you can't really see where it is. So you shoot him in the tail instead, and that will unstealth him. It also gives you a nice boost of health and missiles. Once you basically damage his tail enough that he can't stealth anymore, the game wants you to basically switch sides, so you're fighting him from the right now. Now this special move over here, instead of shooting a single vial, he pukes all over the floor, and you have to use your spider magnet to hang over it until it's safe to come back down. If you hang up there for too long though, he'll come and slam against the wall. Also, when you slide under him, you have to counter at the right time. I countered, and it just simply avoided damage, but if you counter in a certain way, you actually get about 10 seconds of free shots on him. Another piece of advice I'm going to give for this particular boss is, you might be inclined to just use your blaster or your charge blaster. Get used to using your missiles. If you shoot all your missiles, he will become this easy. And there you have it. The fight's a whole lot easier when you get the timing down and aren't afraid to use up all your missiles on him. Phantom Cloak acquired. Now by pressing R3, or by pushing into the right control stick, I am able to stealth past the Emmy for a bit. Alright, well I think I'll end the first episode here. This was pretty fun. I'm really liking this game a lot, so hopefully you'll see more of it. Hope to see you guys next time. Take care.